everyone. Welcome to another episode of the Fourtress of, a podcast about movies and TV shows and video games and lots of pop culture nerd things. My name is Oscar. I'll be one of your hosts today, and with me per usual are two of your other hosts. We got Brian and Devin here in the bathroom on the floor.
What are you talking about? This is a sound studio that I paid $500,000 for.
You better get your fucking money back.
The most ironic thing will be how they can hear that in my voice.
All right, we'll find out. I don't know. How you guys doing besides that, though?
Good.
I'm chilling. I'm in the same state that I was last week. Like somebody over
yes, I am now on Pacific time, and it's weird.
I was about to say, this is the first time we've had to deal with time zones recording the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Sure, we've always managed to stay on the East Coast somehow.
Yeah, it's gonna be late as hell on your side. Like, but here I still got 4 more hours of daylight. It's
right.
It's kind of weird.
Man, fuck off. It's pitch black in here. Look at this shit.
Yeah, West Coast, Best Coast, baby.
What was that?
Nothing. I'm tired. Cut that.
He said, "Cut that."
It's bad.
We're 2 minutes in. Cut that.
All right. With that, then, you guys, shall we hop into our first segment of the week?
News talk.
Oh man, somebody call the police.
Yeah. So, like Devin's saying, our first piece of news. It's kind of been like an ongoing news story on this podcast for like a year. It feels like now. You know, Ezra Miller.
The Reverse Flash is here.
The Reverse Flash, yeah,
Yes.
they're here. So we've kind of talked about Ezra Miller and all their shenanigans that they've been going on. Not trying to downplay it. It's actually pretty terrible stuff that they've done. But apparently, and this is according to the Hollywood Reporter, that Warner Brothers has basically 3 options that revolve around this Flash movie and whether it'll come out or not. We've been speculating and whatnot.
I do want to put it on record because I did put it on record previously, and I wanted to roll back. Editor, cut back to the time that I said that this movie's not going to come back.
Right.
I have no idea what episode it was on, but cut back to that. It's been noted that this movie has already been in development hell because of COVID and other accentuating circumstances. This movie might never come out. This movie's not going to fucking come out.
Which, like, I will say, it sucks, quite honestly. Like, they are fucking this up because, one, there have been test screenings from people that have been floating around that people seen that are apparently saying it's pretty good, actually. And unfortunately, Ezra Miller is pretty fucking good as well. And it's like, that sucks. And then also, Ezra Miller's fucking a lot of people that worked on this fucking movie.
I think that's the craziest thing about it that kind of makes me feel bad about this. Before I guess we get too far into it, talk about the
right,
3
okay.
different
So,
scenarios we have for this
the
movie.
The 3 different doomsday clock scenarios are basically, so first, they just released the movie with limited press. I would imagine limited press to Ezra Miller. And this would only happen if Ezra Miller basically gives a public apology and seeks professional help. Option 2 would be they still release the film, even if Ezra Miller doesn't seek help, but they are not participating in any of the marketing, which I imagine they're not going to do regardless. They're not putting Ezra Miller in front of a microphone in front of people because that's all the question. The first question is going to be like, what the hell's going on?
And I guess that's supposed to be the reason why they're going to have to give like a Will Smith ass apology where they sit in front of a camera and sigh really loud,
right?
And do all that. But I just can't see them doing that. I can't see Ezra getting, like, at this point, when you're that unhinged at what's kind of happening around here, where you're abducting children and running across the country, just doing God knows what, stealing alcohol like you're 12. I just can't imagine you're going to be like, I'm really sorry. I was trying my best and I failed. You know what I mean? Like, there's no way.
Yeah.
There's no way.
So that would be their second option. In which case, I like, if you're Warner Brothers, I could see them being like, we've got Michael Keaton in this movie. Put all of the press on him coming back as Batman. I mean, this movie's no longer being a Flash movie. It's gonna be Michael Keaton's return as Batman in this movie.
I guess they did that for the original Suicide Squad. I guess you see how that worked,
Right,
when they did so much Jared Leto press, and then Jared Leto wasn't in the movie. Because I hear Michael Keaton's not really in this movie like we think he's gonna be.
Yeah, I don't.
And that's kind of part of the issue is that people think that there's gonna be like a big thing. It's like, oh, it's a passing of the torch and the blah blah. Like I don't. Well, maybe not this. I guess I'm thinking of Batgirl, but this one I think is similar. Where I don't think Michael Keaton's super in any of these movies so far.
I don't know.
But yeah, I mean, Ezra Miller is a great actor. Unfortunately, they're a bad person.
Yeah. Okay, real quick. Third option. Just scrap the fucking movie. Eat that 200. I'm assuming it's plus
Ooh.
200 plus. $200+ million. Eat that shit, and then that's it. It's over. You're done.
Wow.
Either way, they are not working with Ezra Miller ever again. Like it's done.
That's $300 million in the can with Batgirl and the Flash to do this. If they're doing the thing that they want to do while they're trying to like reboot everything, they're going to lose billions.
Yep.
And that's crazy to me that they're willing to sacrifice all of that money.
So dysfunctional. Yeah. So dysfunctional. They lose money before the movies even come out.
Before the movies even come out, bro. And the thing is, I did hear that Batgirl was apparently mid. I hear that they had an advanced screening of Batgirl, kind of similar to the way they did with whatchamacallit, Black Adam, which I hear is also like reshoots of Black Adam. Apparently that movie was like a 60%, pretty bad.
Yeah.
Apparently Batgirl was falling around the same kind of echelon of
not
being
surprised either way.
Right. I wasn't expecting to have the best movie I ever saw before in my life, but it was kind of like it was the point of the principle of the matter where it came down to it, where it's like we have one movie where there's no problematic people in it that you want to scrap that movie, but then there's a movie where you have one of the worst people on earth at this point in time, and you guys are like, we're not sure if we're gonna release this one. We're still literally Ezra Miller's in like every single shot of the movies at the point where they cannot.
He's literally in it multiple versions of the Flash, so it's like So it's like, what do you do? Yeah.
Wait. May I present? I got an option 4.
A fourth option.
Warner Brothers, if you're listening.
Oh boy, here we go. What's it gonna be?
We're gonna do some limited reshoots. All right. We're going to just follow Ezra Miller around with a camera. Just throughout their day and just document some of the stuff that they do on the street.
Just real life.
It's like a Billy Eichner kind of situation, Billy on the street. Just with crimes.
It's just doing crimes instead.
No, those shots are just going to be the villain shots for Reverse Flash. And that's it. That's just following them around is going to be the Reverse Flash villain shots. And then you recast Flash as the guy from the CW shows. And then the only thing you pay is Ezra Miller is just bail for whatever their next crime is. That's all we do.
I'm just thinking about like Reverse Flash, like, oh, I'm stealing your alcohol, Barry. I'm getting your alcohol out of your house, Barry.
A bunch of like petty crimes around the Flash. The Flash is like, what does this have to do with me? Why? What?
I punched a woman at karaoke, Barry.
He's crashing the Flash's barbecue, stealing all the booze.
A true menace to society.
Oh, lordy lord.
It's like, this isn't exactly supervillain status, but you still need to be stopped.
Right? He's just a nuisance.
You need to go home, man. Take a nap. Go to bed.
They are so fucked. Like,
this movie is done. Because I'm telling you, Ezra will not apologize and get help. And then Ezra will not sit down or lie down while they're not getting any press while this movie goes in, makes money or whatever. Which means people are losing. I mean, $200 million. If you are solely responsible for a $200 million movie not getting released, I don't know if you'll ever have a career ever again. I mean, there's no way.
I think their career is probably done. But I think Hollywood's so just like short-term memory that maybe have they done anything worse than Kevin Spacey? The future holds any possibilities. It could get worse. I don't know.
I guess that's my thing too. It's like, I want to say that their career is done. They're fucking up. What's going on? But we've seen so many people have full blown psychotic attacks, very similar to this.
Yeah,
and they still went on. Like Britney still went on and have a successful career after that. Kanye West is still going on to have a successful career after everything he's done. He's still over here talking about killing Pete Davidson, and shit like that, and he's still doing fine. So it's like, I think we're in this world where we love the crazy.
I don't know.
For lack of a better word, it's like we just love to see people just be the worst version of themselves. Where I don't even think until R. Kelly got arrested, people were still jamming to his music. You know what I mean? Like it's bad people don't get canceled. And I hate using the word cancel because it's such a fucking fluff term. But I mean, consequences to actions are obviously not present for a lot of richer people.
I would say at least this Warner Brothers is probably done with him. Like
Yes.
on any project,
As they should
like
be.
Flash, anything else new? That Fantastic Beast shit. Granted, no one that shit's done anyways. Who cares? But yeah. So like, but I could see in a decade if they keep their nose clean and aren't in jail, I could see a resurgence from them. I have no idea, but
I mean, great example. Robert Downey Jr. Robert Downey Jr. was a drug addict. And look at the comeback, the resurgence this man had. So like, yeah, I don't think they're done for unless they just don't get better. And even then, maybe they'll still get some A24s that just fucking bang. I don't know.
All right. We'll see the next saga of the Ezra Miller story coming soon. Not trying to keep light at it because it is very serious, and we just hope that they don't hurt anyone, mostly, and themselves. But
the light part is the fact that a movie's going to get canceled. That was literally completed. We still don't get the Flash.
Amazing.
This movie's cursed.
Amazing. I love it. It's just so hilarious.
All right. Last quick piece of news. Apparently, an Avatar: The Last Airbender console game, not some mobile shit, has potentially leaked. This is reported by Nintendo Everything that a Switch version of the game has been listed on their website with a November 8th release date, which is weird as fuck. Considering we've heard nothing about it, which is probably going to be bad. Also, it's called Quest for Balance. But also, if it's coming out November 8th and we haven't heard anything about it, it's probably going to be some garbage.
It's going to suck. It's going to be that stupid Nickelodeon kind of game where it's weird cell shading that they've been using since PS2.
Right.
And it's going to be a bag of dicks, bro. And that makes me sad because I think anime-adjacent games deserve more love outside of Dragon Ball.
It's true.
I just really want to see more good games from a very popular space right now. Fucking do better.
Yeah.
Do better.
I mean, like, after watching Attack on Titan, I looked into those games. I was like, man, these games should be better. I wanted to get it, but I'm like, I don't want to pay $40 for this.
They just released there's one guy working on this is a little off topic, but there's one guy working on Attack on Titan game by himself, and he's released like a demo, and apparently it's super cool on PC.
Oh.
I have it downloaded, but I haven't actually played it yet. But maybe I'll update you guys in the next week.
Yeah, that sounds fun.
Let you know if it was fun. But people are super into it.
Hmm.
It's got the Spider-Man feel of like using the ODM.
Right, yeah.
OEM.
I feel like games should try that more because Spider-Man games are always fun for that reason. But yeah, for Avatar, it's like, maybe it's a puzzle game or something? Because I just, like, what do you do with an Avatar
game?
Oh, no.
Like, I don't know. Like,
Avatar fights people, bro. What do you mean a puzzle? When was that man out here solving fucking puzzles?
like some kind of like little
Candy
indie game
Crush.
or something where it's like a limited, I don't know. Maybe you'll just be Momo the whole time and just fly around, which wouldn't be bad.
It's gonna be the worst beat 'em up you've played. I guarantee it.
Ooh.
It's gonna be you press X to punch
Right.
and that's it.
I mean, yeah, like that's the thing is like, how do you make that a good game? I don't know. I don't know the answer to that.
Arkham Asylum did it. Fucking
That's true.
make more games like that. Like,
Yeah. If this is true, it's gonna be bad.
Are there anybody involved from like the actual Avatar show?
I fucking doubt it. I have
Because
no.
if
I don't
not,
think so. I don't
then-
think that leaks.
it's
Yeah.
probably Aspire Media trying to pick up some quick cash,
no.
so they can keep working on Star Wars: Knights of the Old Republic. To be honest,
Oh no, that's so sad. Alrighty, that is the news, everyone. Guys, should we now hop into our main topic of the week?
yeah,
Mhm.
Barry.
But first, as you can see,
Oh, buddy.
listeners, from the title, this is a mini-sode. Because we scheduled weird shit, and so we turned this episode to a mini-sode, potentially. Depends on the time. Who knows? But we're stuck in another fortress. And this fortress, it's really small. It's fucking tiny as fuck. It's about 12 minutes long.
And it's still got Vin Diesel
And
credits.
it's still got Vin Diesel. Man, I want to see that paycheck. But that's because we're in the fortress of
I am Groot.
I am Groot. That's a bad Groot impression. It's a horrible Groot
I don't-
impression.
I like how you both
I don't know
went
the fuck
Baby
about it.
Groot, though. I guess it makes sense, but no one went like for the Vin Diesel Groot.
Yeah.
Literally, we just watched 12 minutes of the smallest little Groot on Earth.
That's true.
I'm not about to do no big. I haven't seen Big Groot in 12
I
years,
miss Big
so
Groot.
I don't even know
I
what he
miss Big
sounds like
Groot.
anymore.
That's true.
I
I
want
mean, he
him
sounds
back,
like Vin
man.
Diesel.
I'm done with young adolescent Groot. I'm done with baby Groot. Just give me back real Groot. Give him back.
Yeah,
Bro,
I agree.
we got merchandise we gotta sell.
Yeah,
True.
No one wants the Big Groot.
it's true. Yeah, that's basically it.
Baby Groot and the Grogu crossover. Gotta happen.
Ooh,
Gotta
yeah.
happen at some
Oh
point.
my gosh, you are putting impure thoughts in their mind.
That
right
might
now.
kill the
I don't
internet,
appreciate it.
though. That might literally,
Yeah.
it might blow it up.
Like, I almost cried
Yeah.
just from me saying that.
Yeah, so we decided we're talking about I Am Groot in this little mini-sode. The 5 shorts that came out recently on Disney Plus.
Mhm.
I guess real quick, because we have the time. Non-spoilers. It's cute. You know? I mean, it's like for kids. It's shorter than I thought, because I think we all thought they'd be like 5 to maybe 7 minutes. And when you pull it on Disney Plus, it says like 5 minutes, 6 minutes. Half of that runtime is credits.
Really?
And there are a lot of
truly.
credits for no reason. I guess everyone should be credited for what the work they did. But Jesus Christ, this
It's
is
like
speed it up a little bit.
3 minutes basically each episode, and there were 5. So it's like, yeah, it's 15 minutes if you skip all the credits. I mean, yeah, it was fun. It was cute seeing Baby Groot again. I realized that, yeah, we're an adolescent Groot right now, so it's been a while since we've seen Baby Groot. But it was fun. It
Mhm.
was fun to see some of the things. There were some things that I was happy to see that I was wondering about, which we'll get to as spoilers. Um, Kids will love this shit. Like, that's what it, and that's what this
Absolutely.
is for. Like, kids are gonna eat this shit up and watch
Yeah.
this. I could see this running on a loop at like a daycare, dude, or something, you know. Although there
Yeah.
are some pretty darkish moments, I'm not gonna lie, which we'll get into. But yeah, you know, it was nice that it was like I was like, okay, I just killed 15, 20 minutes, not too bad. All right, cool.
Yeah, it's nice to have a show that's very digestible that you can finish in literally less than 20 minutes.
Yeah.
15 if you skip the credits.
Easiest Marvel show I've ever watched.
Yeah.
By far.
Yeah.
Got through it, didn't even notice.
Right.
Mhm.
Yeah, no, I liked it as well. I thought it was super cute. I wasn't expecting much because I don't want to say I don't care about Groot, but I don't know.
Mhm.
I'm not invested enough to go all out to watch this day one or
Right.
whatever.
I mean, there's a reason
So I
we
just watched it
weren't
when I
gonna
would-
cover this in the first place. And we were like,
Right.
yeah,
There's
whatever.
the fact that they announced this almost feels disrespectful because what the fuck was that?
Right.
Yeah.
My biggest criticism has nothing to do with the content of the show itself. It has to do with finding the episodes of the show.
Oh, yes.
It's not
Oh.
in its own little like space where it's like, oh, well, here's the 5 episodes.
Thank you
click
for
on this
bringing
banner.
this
It's
up.
like, no, it is. I almost missed the last episode because I couldn't fucking find it. Even when it like hit like the next up, you have these 3 things you can watch, and they were usually going to be I Am Groot things as well.
Right.
One was missing from mine.
Oh.
I think it was the one where it's like when he first finds his legs.
Oh, no
And
shit.
I was like, so I only found it because I was scrolling through the rest
Oh,
of
you know
everything
why?
else.
You know why that one you probably missed? Because at least
Why?
when I looked it up, that's technically the first one. So if you didn't watch that
Oh.
first, your order is probably all fucked up.
Yeah, the first one that popped up for me was, I can't even remember which one it was, but it was not that one. So it just fucked up everything.
Oh,
And
that's
I was
funny.
Like, that's really,
yeah, I don't know why the hell
that's kind
they
of
did
annoying.
that.
This is not very, why is it not under its own banner as like a TV series or something?
Why would you
That
not
felt
just
really
make him,
goofy.
5 episodes? Like, what the fuck? I remember first seeing that, and I was like, this is the dumbest thing I've ever seen.
That was the worst thing about it. But other than that, it was super cute.
Very true.
Or just like put them back to back like a SpongeBob episode and just do a little intro and then do all the credits at once.
Right,
at the
having
end, like,
one
Yeah.
episode, yeah, that would have been
It
a
makes
great idea.
0 sense for this to like take up 5 spaces on your watch list. You know, it's so dumb. Devin, what do you think? Non-spoilers, real quick.
I mean, yeah, I don't have much to say about it because
It was in and out of your brain.
Yeah, I watched them a little bit. I mean, I liked one episode. I think it was called The Little Man. That actually made me laugh a little bit. The others, I was just like, take it or leave it. And
Oh damn,
you know,
Damn, that's
that's a tough crowd. over here.
wow. Devin's inner child is dead right now. He did go on a very long drive, so his soul's a little fractured.
this one's for the kiddos. This one's for the kiddos.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, spoilers from this point on. There's nothing really to spoil, but I guess if you really are interested in the surprises that it holds, I guess
Well-
mostly the last one I will say there's a spoiler.
There's some pretty big spoilers. I mean, Groot is a mass murderer.
I was
apparently.
literally okay. We're in spoilers. This is nothing but a show about Groot either fucking up an alien, a plant, or some kind of animal. He's a maniac. He's a crazy person.
And pretty cold-blooded. Like that thing where
Yes.
he kills he killed like in typical kids show fashion. You know, that water monster comes up and is like, you know, they have a dance battle, whatever, and then he's like, and then I'll dance you over here, and just sends it out the airlock.
Ejects it.
Like
Ejects
it's
it.
It's like,
dark
I
as
don't
hell. Like
really like you. Yeet.
That
I mean,
was
like
hilarious.
I mean, we don't know the intentions of this water creature. It seems like it was pretty benign. I mean,
no,
he was
fuck
just sitting there
that.
having
If there's a shape-shifting water thing on your ship, you eject it immediately. Fuck that. That shit is gonna go into your nose or your brain and take over the ship. I don't care. You eject
Yeah.
it. I've seen too
True.
many alien movies. where a thing can shapeshift, that thing will shapeshift into a weird dick and insert itself into you. I swear, that is what happens.
Not where I was gonna see that going. But okay.
He was just having a little dance battle with Groot there and trying to teach him some moves, and then Groot just yeeted his ass into space. It's a little cold-blooded, man.
Groot is cold-blooded.
That was super. I laughed out loud at that one.
Yeah,
I thought that was so fucking funny because I was just like, "What the fuck?"
I loved it.
They were having such a good time. They were just a little bit of chowder, a little bit of salsa. Yeah. Next thing I know, I am Groot.
Right. Oh yeah. I am Groot is the last line, which I guess is every line, but whatever. Was perfect. Pretty damn perfect. That was probably one of my favorites. Yeah, if not my favorite. At least had one of my favorite parts was that whole dance battle. Yeah, I really liked. And that, since we're on that episode, which is what is it? Groot's Pursuit. 2 words. Groot pajamas. That's the most adorable thing I've ever fucking seen, dude. He's wearing full pajamas.
Like Christmas pajamas.
Those plushes are gonna roll off the shelf.
Yeah.
No question. Sleepy time Groot? No way. Sign me up for 10.
He was chugging some water when he woke up, too. He had like a human-sized glass. Taking some notes from Keanu Reeves over there.
Right. What a callback. Holy shit.
What a deep cut
That's like
there.
a 50-episode back callback. That's so
I can't unsee it every time I think about it.
That and then Groot taking a shit on a toilet, on a normal person-sized toilet.
I was like, can he even get over the edge? Like, is he even sitting over the edge?
Oh, dude, there's poop all over his butt.
Also, if you were to chuck a bunch of leaves in a toilet, would it clog it? Because we see in that second episode, he just shits leaves, I would imagine.
I would think absolutely, but I do think since it's biodegradable, like eventually it'll unclog. So be showing.
Yeah, that's a great question.
But yeah, it'll definitely wreak havoc on your plumbing system.
Right.
For sure. Those things are pretty thick.
Yeah.
Or it's just like a bunch of sap.
Oh, that sounds worse. Oh, God.
Yeah. I don't know if you're getting that out so easily.
He's like a bird. He just does it all in one load together.
I do like the first episode. The first episode, I feel like, to me, is probably the most or the least memorable. I don't know why.
Nothing happens.
Yeah, I did.
He fights with a tree.
Right. I guess the only thing that I thought was kind of interesting as far as like the MCU goes was like, oh, it's kind of cool that we finally got to see Groot get out of the pot that we saw at the end of the first Guardians. Like, we got to see what that journey was like for him. Other than that, yeah, like you said, it's pretty not really memorable. He fights a tree and then he kills the tree.
The bonsai. Yeah,
Fighting the bonsai tree.
My Steve.
His first victim of his new life is killing a tree, which he will continue to, And then I guess when it comes back to Groot also being a genocidal maniac, potentially. Without that post-credit, it would have been really bad. That little civilization that he kills almost.
Oh yeah, this gave me big Love, Death, and Robots vibes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
where he found this little civilization of these sentient like bugs,
amoebas.
I guess. I don't know what they call them, amoeba-looking things, which had a very high-tech way of life because they had lasers.
Like, they start with like sticks. It's like, why not go straight to the lasers? Why did you start with like rocks and sticks?
Yeah, they throw some rocks at
Listen, man, they evolved quickly.
Yeah. I like the size comparison though, like when he was building the treehouse and then that thing came and then that got grabbed by a bigger thing and then he was the big thing to them. It was a lot of like levels to that. But this was definitely my favorite one. Just because that last moment where he just like has this fight with them and then he realizes they like eating leaves. He's like, oh well,
they're eating his poop
leaves or
his farts, I guess. Yeah, they're literally eating his feces.
But hey, Groot's a good guy. He's a good dude. So he, runs over, grabs some leaves, and then instantly steps in all of them
because he forgot where the fucking hole is, where he flipped it off the rock and then stepped on all of them, which you would have thought would have murdered every single one of them.
I know. I was like, that was dark, Disney. Damn.
It was pretty.
Then of course, you see them, a couple of them pop up. So I guess you assume that they're all alive. But I was like, that's a cop out.
Yeah.
This should have been the origin of Hitler Groot. I'm just saying.
There's another. I mean, I guess this probably isn't a super unpopular storyline or whatever. But I feel like I've seen this from. I think Rocco's Modern Life is what it was from. Where I think Rocco had like a weird like old food in his refrigerator or something, and it got to the point where it evolved into like a society, and it like evolved too quickly or something like that. Like I've definitely seen that before.
I mean,
it was like a whole joke around
that was Love, Death, and Robots season 1. I think.
Yeah, I was literally speaking of Love, Death, and the Robots. They also did the same thing with the society in the fridge. Yeah,
maybe that's what I'm thinking about it. So maybe that's what I'm thinking about it.
And they all like nuked each other
cartoon as well.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah,
I think
it did seem familiar. It's probably in some kind of cartoon where there's a tiny civilization. It's also very Men in Black with the civilization in the locker.
True.
Mhm.
Yeah, that one was fun. I was like, damn, Disney. I guess the other one, Groot takes a bath, which is at least for me, the third episode. I don't know what order the fuck you watched, Brian.
I guess I just somehow missed the first episode. I see now it says I Am Groot shorts down here on the column, but I guess for some reason it popped up earlier for me.
Right.
So I just clicked on the first one I saw.
Yeah.
I don't know.
The bath one to me, I thought was funny because it's basically just a giant ad for some
Chia Pets.
vegan ass hair growth thing.
I thought Chia Pets was just funny because I had actually a Groot Chia Pet.
Oh, that's true. You did.
Yeah.
And that's kind of perfect, honestly. Perfect.
So, yeah, this makes sense. This feels
Perfect
good.
combo.
Yeah, that one was just mostly cute. All the different hairstyles. Again, but by the end, shows that Groot is a ruthless bastard, and he shaves the fuck out of that bird, that alien creature. Granted, that bird was a piece of shit.
Imagine getting mocked by a bird. I'd take his fucking skin too.
Wears it like a scar.
Tail. I mean,
for a second, I thought he killed it. When he shows, I was like, "Damn, Groot!"
Yeah, it's not an I Am Groot episode unless he's brutalizing some native species.
Right?
He is an entire menace.
I did wonder, and that was up until the last episode, if we were going to see any any other Guardians throughout this. Because one, it's weird that he's just chilling on these adventures by himself. Mostly the bath one and the one where he kills a civilization. I'm like, why is he by himself? He's a baby. What are y'all doing? Why is he by
He's an
himself?
iPad baby. We're leaving it to his own faculties. We don't give a fuck about this child. Do any of those people look like responsible adults in the Guardians of the Galaxy?
That's true. What? Surprise, surprise, which this actually genuinely delighted me. In Magnum Opus, the last short, we get a cameo from Rocket. Not even a cameo, he's in it. Which I was like, yeah, I was wondering. I was like, I wonder if they're going to get any Guardians in this at all. And of course, they get the one that you don't actually have to get anyone on set for. You get the animated one.
That being said, Rocket looks like shit.
Yeah.
Why is he animated so poorly?
I will say, like, throughout the entire thing looks like obviously like phenomenal, but it's still not movie quality. Even Groot at times. It's still not movie quality.
I was trying really hard to see if I could find many issues with Groot. I wasn't struggling with Groot so much. It felt very Pixar-ish, which was fine for me. But then I don't know what they did with the model for Rocket, if they just made a new one for this specifically, but it didn't seem like the one from the movies. I guess you couldn't. It's too many polygons. But his movements were very static and
that was the first thing that pointed
and-
out was like the camera shots and his movement, because like they were very static on him, and I'm feeling that's on purpose so they didn't have to animate as much.
Right.
But it was
the little bit they did felt really kind of crunchy to me. It almost looked like he had like less frames in his movement than Groot did.
Yeah.
Groot was very fluid in his movement. Everything was very, you know what I mean? And then I would see him pop up Rocket, and I'm like, why you look like you in 24 frames while Groot's in 60 right now, bro? What's going on right now? You looking choppy as shit, dude.
Yeah.
So I didn't love that.
I noticed that. He looked really bad. It's almost like kind of rather him not even be in it.
Right. Put him in the shower.
I was about to say,
instead of
clearly
Drax.
we got a stand-in for what Chris Pratt. I think it was in the shower there.
Oh, I thought it was for Drax. I thought it was for him.
Which they said because Rocket says it was Drax's soap. So I was like, oh, okay, maybe that was Drax. But when they show it, I was like, he didn't look green enough. But maybe it was Drax.
Yeah, that's what I assume.
Yeah,
they love putting Chris Pratt in ads and then not actually put him in there.
right.
So just have like a helmet on or something like that, not have him say any words. I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
I get it. You couldn't get him.
This one to me though felt the most like a Guardians thing, just mostly because obviously Rocket, and also because you get a song throughout the episode, which it's
Oh yeah.
for you can get it if you really want by Jimmy Cliff. I didn't know that song, but I was like, this feels like a Guardians thing. This whole episode right here. So I kind of I was into that
Also, him wreaking havoc on this ship for no fucking reason.
for a picture.
Yeah, they're also not going to be able to fly anywhere.
Very
after
much
that.
a child thing to do though.
True.
All for a drawing.
I made you something. I made you food, and the food's like the most rancid shit you ever seen before in your life. That can literally kill you.
And half the
But you
kitchen
gotta
was
eat it because
destroyed.
the child gave it to you.
Which I will say, that moment when Rocket sees the picture and he puts the picture down and Groot has tape on his head and he just looks at him and smiles was probably the most adorable thing in the world.
It was real cute. It was also real cute watching him put tape over the giant hole that he just amassed.
He's just like, fuck
But
it.
he did it.
Why not?
It was so nonchalant. He was like, yeah, you put tape over it. Dude,
This works.
Friend. No.
Yeah.
I got a little bit sad because that picture definitely went through the hole with Rocket.
I know, it's gone.
And he said he wanted to hang it up. He said he wanted to frame it and everything. I was super proud.
It's floating in space now. Maybe that alien he ejected earlier will find it. And it'll seek revenge on the Guardians. It's just, that alien's just going around the galaxy with this picture like, have you seen these 5 people?
It's just 8 pieces of Rocket Raccoon hair and some blue crayon.
And some oogly eyes.
I bet you we'll see it in Guardians 3. Like
I bet you. Yeah. Either that or that holiday special coming up. I bet you.
Oh, God. Oh, no. Why is there a holiday special?
I don't know, but James Gunn says that is integral to a prologue to Guardians 3, so we're gonna have to watch it.
This is worse than Kingdom Hearts. Jesus Christ. You gotta play the Guardians of the Galaxy Game Boy game.
Right.
You want to understand anything that's happened in the third one.
Oh man, that's funny. That's a good comparison though. Those are pretty much all my notes. Is that all y'all got to say about I Am Groot? I'm pretty sure, I feel like we just talked about it longer than it actually was.
We absolutely did.
Yeah.
We got 3 opinions worth, to be fair. It's only one
That's
show.
true.
We got
That's
3
true.
opinions. No, I thought it was cute. It gave me good Pixar vibes, and I know, of course, Disney owns everything now, so it makes sense. But it's like, I love shorts with this kind of stuff that used to pop up before Toy Story movies and stuff like that. And that gave me these kind of same vibes. So maybe they should keep doing stuff like this. Maybe put them before
Except
Marvel
that
movies.
old guy. That old guy and then Pixar shorts, he gave me nightmares, dude. Not gonna lie. That one where he's playing chess with himself. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Fuck him, man. He sucks. I hated him.
Oh man, I know you had such harsh opinions.
I
about
did,
this old
man. He going to see. I think it was in front of Toy Story 2. Seeing that in theaters and watching him freak out playing himself in chess, I was traumatized, dude.
I thought it was hilarious. That's so funny. Devin was like, I don't remember.
Devin
I
don't
can't
remember
that one. Yeah, I'm trying to think. I don't know.
Toy Story 2 was a long time ago.
It's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
But before we move on, very quickly, I was trying to think of ways to pad out for time, like I said. But
shh, don't tell them.
I want to ask you guys this. Who else do you think in the MCU would it be fun to get the I Am Groot treatment? Just like quick little shorts. I have some examples, so you have time to think if you want. Sticking with Guardians, Drax, seeing 3-minute shorts of Drax doing just like being oblivious, doing something dumb or like something like that, I think would be very hilarious.
Yeah, Drax would be good.
This one, I just thought of this one. The rat from Endgame that saved the world, that pressed the button in the garbage to let Ant-Man out. Shorts with that rat, that world-saving rat.
It's like a Stray situation with the Stray video game.
For all we know,
that rat doing?
That rat had a hard life. It had the biggest adventure in the world leading up to that moment.
I'm thinking maybe the cop, is his name John C. Reilly? The guy that was in Step Brothers with Will Ferrell.
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit with him on Xandar.
Him and even the other dude who like hated Peter Quill in the first one. Yeah, that would be kind of funny.
Didn't he die when
Yeah, but so is John C. Reilly. They said Thanos went to that planet, so he's probably dead too.
But he only killed half. But yeah, I don't know.
I want small shorts with Florence Pugh's character,
Black
Widow.
Yes.
Her just living her life.
Just seeing her, more of her. Yeah, absolutely. Hell yeah. Or even with her and Kate Bishop, the two of them.
Yeah,
that'd be kind of fun.
They had good chemistry for sure.
Yeah. And the last one I thought of, Thanos. What's Thanos like day to day? When he's not trying to kill the world, what's he doing?
When he became a fucking farmer, I knew his life was boring as hell, dude.
Just more of him like limping around that farm, like shoveling and shit.
I want to see Thanos as like a toddler. I want to see like 8-year-old Thanos. What's he like? Is he still trying to snap the world?
Isn't that not just Grimace from fucking McDonald's?
Yeah, very much.
Jesus, no, I don't want to have any toys of baby Thanos.
Yeah,
they give him like the junior high treatment. That's what I want. I want the junior high treatment of the Avengers.
Oh yeah, I want him to have a tiny body but the same size head,
looking like a whole chicken nugget.
Yeah,
that reminds me of like in the recent Thor movie, like they just had like an ice cream store that had the Infinity Gauntlet on. It's like, isn't this like really traumatizing?
Seems
for a lot
in poor
of people on this
taste.
planet?
Yeah,
like, he killed half the population, and also like I know all those people didn't return exactly where they they were on an airplane, they're dead.
Right.
And also like your older brother, if your younger brother's now your older brother, your mom divorced and moved on, and found
your
mom's
date.
Families.
Your mom moved
you say
on with
that would be
neighbor.
Traumatizing. But how many World War II video games have you played in your life?
That is a valid point. That is 1,000% valid point, dude. Holy shit.
We definitely get weird hard dick about this kind of stuff.
True.
And I'm not sure why.
I just feel like the MCU has not done a very good job of like resolving, what the blip, like the actual impact of that, like they're just like, oh, and everybody's back and it's fine. It's like, I don't think that's how that would go.
The closest thing was Falcon and Winter Soldier, and then they blew it with it. It sucks because Falcon and Winter Soldier actually made a pretty interesting question of like, people be pissed about this.
Right.
They lost their homes over this shit, and they come back, and it's not their home anymore.
Yeah.
Right.
But I still got to pay taxes? Hell yeah, I'm mad.
Yeah. That's a good point.
And then they ruined it because they made the villain, they did the Killmonger treatment where they were like, well, we got to make them super bad.
We're going to have them blow up a church of people or something. They're going to blow up some nuns or something.
Whenever you almost have empathy for any character in the MCU, they just got to make them the worst fucking villain ever.
They just need to stop killing their villains after one thing. Like, give them something. I don't know. Look at Loki. You brought him back.
Look at Joker. Joker in DC Universe has been fucking running this man's fade for 60 years. Come on, man.
It's true. Batman should put him down. He's a menace.
He should have been murdered many times. He is a terrible person.
Batman is not doing Gotham any favors.
I want to say Mace Windu would have taken him out. Come on, bro.
And Batman's logic is pretty bad because it's like if you kill, his whole thing is like if you kill a murderer, then the number of murderers in the world remains the same. Then
remains the same.
At one point, it's like
false.
Then Red Hood was like, well, what if I killed 99 murderers? Then if I kill 100, then it just went down by 99.
Right.
Because I'm the one that's left. Twitch Batman says, interesting point.
He just beats the shit out of you.
Yeah, he just punches Red Hood in the face.
Drugs on you.
All right. I think that is it for our main topic, guys. Pretty good job. Surprised how long that actually was. Shall we now move on to our final segment of the week?
Let's do it.
Which we like to call Free For All, title pending. This is a segment, listeners, where we can kind of do whatever we want. We can recommend something. We can talk about our life, our day, take a nap, rant, argue, fight. We can do whatever we want. It is a free for all. Does anyone want to go first?
Devin looks like he's in thought, so I can go first.
Okay.
That's fine. I have played another video game. I'm on
Damn,
a roll playing these video games, bro.
Holy
we
shit.
are gaming, boy. Shouts out to Xbox, Microsoft Game Pass, because if it wasn't for that, actually, it was not even Game Pass. I actually bought this game for real.
Fuck you, Game Pass.
Never mind, Game Pass. Fuck you. This is my game. My hard-earned money. Yeah, I played another game. I haven't beat it yet, even though I'm quite close. I'm pretty sure I just passed the climax, and now I'm at like the ending portion, but I'm not sure how long it's going to take, so I haven't put time.
You're at the refractory period of the game?
Yeah. Actually, after what the fuck you go through in that part of the game, yes.
Oh, no.
Yes.
Oh, no.
It's definitely a refractory period. I've played Disco Elysium.
Oh,
Disco
shit.
Elysium is a very interesting game based in the 50s of a like post-war era. I don't think it is actually
Isn't it like
supposed
Russia?
to be. Yeah, it's like Russian adjacent, but I don't know if it's actually supposed to be world Russia or it's supposed to be like a fake world.
Oh, okay.
They use a lot of Russian words, a lot of French words, and things like that to talk about things. You play a character named Herrier Dubois, who is a man that when you first start the game, slight spoilers for Disco Elysium, by the way. I'm not going to get into anything too deep. But at the beginning of the game, you start out as a man that has gotten fucking piss-faced drunk in a hotel in this area where he's supposed to be investigating a murder. And you wake up and you don't know anything about anything. You don't know your name. You don't know what you're doing. You don't know who you are. You don't even know you're a cop.
Oh,
you wake
shit.
up completely with no memory of anything because you got so shit-faced drunk. And you've wrecked this apartment. The whole fucking hotel where you're in is destroyed. You can't figure out why. And it becomes this interesting game where you have to doubly so figure out about who you are as a person while also solving a murder case. Because it turns out there's a strike going on in this area where they've unionized or they're trying to unionize. And they're fighting back against their corporation that they work for. It's a big corporation, of course, owns everything. Amazon. Anywho, is that kind of sort of situation.
The main villain's name at the game is Beth Jesus.
Not far. But it's a really interesting game because it kind of has to deal with, communism first and foremost. It's very much big in the communist scare of, the earlier ages that we kind of know from the USSR, of things of that nature. But then it also goes into kind of like, oh, well, what are the good things about communism? What is the bad things about the opposite of communism? What's kind of happening here? So throughout the whole game, you're kind of choosing your stance on the situation that's happening about whether you not support the union, you support the corporation, you support something outside of that. You can be a full-ass communist or you can be a straight fascist.
Oh, wow.
What's also interesting about this game is you are also very mentally ill. And a lot of this game has to do with you. I won't know if you should call it schizophrenia, but you are talking to multiple voices and personalities in your head. And those personalities change based on how you build your character, because it's an RPG. So you put points into what you want to kind of, and that's like the most interesting part of this game is it's choice based. You make all the decisions in the game, and it depicts what happens in the story. And it's kind of unreliable narrator, which is really interesting in that depending on what you pick, like you can do things like this thing called Inland Empire is one of the skill points you can put things in. It makes you crazy. So whenever you're talking to someone, your voice will randomly pop in your head and be like, let's think a little bit more about this. So this person just said that he has a Rottweiler that he wants you to take care of. What if that Rottweiler is actually a sentient beast that might someday take over the world? We should investigate further to make sure that that dog isn't actually some kind of superhuman alien that might kill us one day. So then you have in your head it's like telling you to kill this dog, and you're like, I don't want to kill this dog. Like you should definitely kill this dog. You should kill this dog for sure. I'm pretty sure it's crazy. And you have to like, so it's like you never really know if you're doing the right thing because your brain is usually kind of navigating you through everything that you do, what they tell you. And sometimes they'll fight. Well, one thing will be like, oh no, man, definitely do that. And the other thing's like, nah, dude, I don't think that's a good idea.
Oh wow,
like, shit. What choice? What fucking choice do I make?
Because isn't this game kind of point clicky type of game?
Yeah, it's kind of like a venture point click game. There's not like any actual like fighting, like talking about.
Okay.
It's all based on like dice rolls. It's kind of like playing like a game of D&D almost, but it's one player where everything you do is based on how you roll. So sometimes you'll say something like, "Hey, let me go inspect this door right here," and then you have to roll to see if you can inspect it. And if you don't have a high enough roll for that thing, you might just like try to inspect it and you'll hurt yourself. You'll break your finger on it because you're so stupid. And it's like, well, fuck, that sucks. Or you'll do something crazy. Like there's one thing where kind of spoiling the game. I'm sorry I talked about this for a while, but it's such an interesting game. I've really enjoyed all my time with it.
I've heard nothing but good things from it, so yeah.
Where you're supposed to like, you have to climb this ladder, and the ladder is really rickety to get to the top of the building. And then having that skill Inland Empire, of course, makes you crazy. And your partner is like, don't climb up that ladder, dude. You're gonna hurt yourself. You're gonna fall off and break your fucking back. And then you're like, I'm not gonna climb it. What if I teleport? And he's like, I don't think you can teleport. So then you roll for teleport. So you take the 2 dice out, you roll for teleport.
What?
Boom. Success. The screen turns black. You pop back up at the top of the fucking building. And you're like, I teleported. I did it. And then you sit there for like way too long, for like maybe like 5 seconds. And your partner's like, you didn't teleport. You just walked up the bridge with your eyes closed.
Oh, that's so good.
And that's what's so kind of funny about this game, because you never really know if you're actually doing the shit that you say you're doing or if it's just all bullshit.
Right.
And that was one of those situations.
Funny.
Or it's just so funny where it's like, yeah, there you'll do like this visual calculus where you'd be like, I can tell this crime scene exactly what happened because I see here and here and here. The bullet came from here. I don't know if I can actually do that. I could just be drunk.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's funny.
I haven't finished it yet, so I can't tell you if the ending's good as a full package, if the whole game is good. But what I've played so far, I've been so enamored with. I've been glued to this game for the past week because it's just been so much fun.
That's cool, man.
It came out on consoles like within the past year. I knew it was originally on PC, and that's the only reason why I haven't gotten into it, because I kind of want to play it on the PC because I hear it's a little better, just the way the game was made.
Yeah, point and click kind of makes a little bit more sense.
Right, than playing on a console. But but I've heard again nothing but great things. So I'm glad you're having fun with it.
It's been very cheap lately. I think I got it for like $20.
Nice.
Only thing I will say is that they do have some saving issues. I did have this game brick on me a couple times, so I had to restart.
Man, you were the fucking king of that shit, dude.
Keep one save file, because if you have too many save files, the game doesn't know what the fuck to do and it breaks and it doesn't save
no. Thank you, because I'm the king of having multiple saves on choice-based games. I would have had 80 saves by the end of that game.
I would say maybe only keep a few.
Damn.
I think I had 5 when my issue happened, and I heard that was apparently a thing. I don't know if that's a thing for console, but for PC, it was a known issue that I guess they haven't fixed.
I always feel like it's mostly a PC thing.
Yeah, I guess the PCs are so different from each other that it's hard to make something for all of them.
Yeah. Interesting. Nice, dude.
Yeah, that sounds like a lot of fun.
You would probably like it, Devin. It talks a lot about history and shit.
Yeah, no, I'd like that. That does sound fun. Well, I can quickly go because I started something that is wild. I downloaded a game that was not FIFA or Rocket League.
Wow.
And I started playing it.
It was Mario Strikers.
Yeah. It was Pro Evolution Soccer. No.
He was the only player playing.
No, I downloaded State of Decay 2, which is like a zombie game.
I didn't even know they made a sequel to that game.
Yeah, and it's not great because I mean, it is fun. Like it's fun the open world part and kind of like the freedom of it. But for a game where it's like very inventory based, of like the whole game is just like going and searching places, killing zombies, and then bringing stuff back to build a base, right?
Mhm.
But for a game that is very heavy on like picking stuff up and storing stuff, the inventory system is a mess. Like it's like very not user friendly, not very counterintuitive. But it is fun to like be able to just like just hit a zombie with a tire iron and just bash their skull in, and then but the really funny thing is you can drive around and just bash zombies, and then out of nowhere, like I got into like a really heavily infected area, I guess, and there's like this giant fat zombie that's like 3 people tall, and the car you try to run into him and your car just stops immediately, like it just stops. He smashes you, pulls you out. And like I somehow got back to the car and ran away with my tail in between my legs. I haven't killed him yet, so maybe I'll keep y'all posted. But
Okay.
it was like shocking moment when you just run into this like troll of a zombie, and it's like, oh, okay, I can't run him over. And but it's a fun, it's a nice thing, kind of like Rocket League and FIFA. You got to be very focused. You got to be like very like at it. It's a nice game to play when you're like tired.
He's comparing the zombie State of Decay game to fucking FIFA. And
you might be the only person to compare horror survival to a sports game.
Yeah. I mean, I don't want to play Rocket League when I'm like a little tired trying to wind down because it just amps you up. But I play this game just to kind of wind down and be like, yeah, let me go explore this over here. It's kind of like Skyrim, just like kind of want some nice music playing in the background. I'll give it like 3 stars.
I think people are pretty like, I want to say lukewarm, maybe a little over lukewarm. I think we gave it like maybe like a 6, 7 out of 10.
Okay.
So like a 3.
That's about where it should live, I think. Yeah.
Nice. I will finish this off. I, funny enough, have done a lot of shit this week completing wise. So I'm gonna use the next couple of weeks to knock out some of these free for alls because right now I'm looking at like 6 things. So
wow.
I will start with the one that I literally finished right before we started this podcast. I watched the series finale of Better Call Saul.
He did it, boys.
I did it.
He finally did it.
I finally did it. I caught up. I watched, because I'd only watched season 1, so I watched 52 episodes.
Oh my God.
In like the past week and a half, 2 weeks, less maybe. Because I was like, I want to watch this show. I've watched season 1. I liked it, but I just kind of fell off because I don't know why, some other shit. And then I heard his ending. I was like, I'm going to catch up. I'm going to fucking do it. And then it was kind of a poetic irony to it. I did the exact same thing with Breaking Bad. Because like most of us, no one really watched Breaking Bad. At least none of us that we knew, really. I think Alex might have been the only one that actually had been watching it. And then the rest of us were like, what the hell are you talking about? And then we all kind of eventually watched it. I binged all of Breaking Bad probably within a month. This was back in college. In a month or so, I binged all of Breaking Bad, caught up like literally the day or the day before the finale ended. And so I was like, it's just bitter poetry that I did the same exact thing with Better Call Saul. Watching it on a laptop in New York City, just binging.
Really?
Yes.
Oh my God.
I literally watched it on a laptop the first like 3 or seasons 2 through 4. And then finally got back here and got to watch on the TV. And I finally watched the series finale tonight. And I will say, it's a good damn show. I'm still kind of processing, so I'm still trying to figure how I feel about it as a whole. But man, like Saul's a tragically interesting character with this show as well, and there's a lot of cool stuff that it does with him that I was like, wow, you don't see that in that character in Breaking Bad, and
he's pretty one note in Breaking Bad, I feel like.
Right, and in this, it's like this doesn't feel like a cheap money grab spinoff. Like they put some effort and time and seemed like they knew what they wanted to do with this character, or at least say with this character. Maybe not every beat, obviously, but like they had an idea of what they were like, we could do this, I think, and I think this could work. And by the end of it, not only does it give you more on Saul, it gives you more on the Breaking Bad universe as a whole, which is pretty like I think Breaking Bad people would be interested in that. But I think other than that, because I don't want to just say, oh, watch this because it'll give you some cool stuff about Breaking Bad's universe, But just on its own, I think the show is a well done show. I will say though, it's like not as like I wouldn't even say action heavy because Breaking Bad's not action heavy, but like the holy shit moments of it aren't as big in this show because this show to its core is kind of a lawyer show almost. There's a lot of, he's a lawyer. Like there's a lot of lawyer stuff. There's a lot of back and forth, which stuff that I love. I could watch people talk for hours. I don't care. So I really enjoyed this show. Right now, I will say Breaking Bad's probably better, but that's probably because of that, because of the Walter White character. But I will say Saul's character and what they do with him, and also shout out to Kim, who is the second main character, I would say, of this show. The two of them are incredibly interesting people that I really enjoyed seeing and cared about, even if they are who they are. I don't want to spoil anything. And then by the end, though, right now I'm still processing, thinking that I think Breaking Bad's ending was better. This one was probably realer, though, I will say.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, it gets a little fantastical in the Breaking Bad universe. Where
Right.
It's like, that's not so believable.
Right.
But at that point, it didn't matter anymore. But this show feels more grounded from what I've seen.
Yeah. And I don't know how I feel about it. I don't know how I feel about it comparing the two. And I know it's unfair to compare the two, but yeah, I'm not sure how I feel about it. I like it, but I'm also like, I don't know if it missed the mark or if it hit it perfectly. So yeah, but
I mean, you know how I feel. I think the most important part about a TV show is how the fuck it ends.
yes,
Because not many TV shows know how to do that. So
right.
I'll be interested to see. Because I want to watch it. I've
should.
been wanting to watch the show 3 seasons ago.
Right.
I just keep putting it off. But people always just tell me, I only hear glowing reviews about it whenever I hear about it. So
it's
maybe
great.
I'll actually put it a little bit higher on my priority list to start watching it.
You should. And like each season's only 10 episodes except for this last one, which is 13. So it's not that bad of a watch.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, I mostly was like, shit, I want to catch it up and watch it live. So I was glad I was able to do that. But yeah, so Better Call Saul, great show. Really enjoyed it.
Boom. Right here first. Or last. I'm not sure.
Right.
People been saying it for years, but it's fine.
I know. That is our show, everyone. You can email us at thefortressof@gmail.com. It's Fourtress spelled F-O-U-R. Feel free to email us any questions or recommendations or feedback or anything like that to us. Also follow us on Twitter and Instagram and the YouTube channel at The Fourtress of. Tell your friends, tell your family, tell your grandma, tell your cats. Rate and review us, preferably 5 stars. We'd like that. It'd be nice if you did that. Thank you, Brian, for the art. Thanks, Alex, for the music. Devin, thank you for being here and sitting on the bathroom floor for us. We appreciate it.
Things I do.
Sweating his ass off.
You can find Brian at least on Instagram at ITZ_by the way. You can find Alex at Peterson Films, Peterson spelled S-E-N, and Devin. You can find him at
Montana.
Actually,
the state of Montana.
Yeah, I did put stuff up on my Instagram story. I figured out how to do that, and I had to be taught.
Figured
out how to do that.
Like a true boomer, I had to be taught how to like do the location thing.
We're so proud of you.
So yeah, it was bad.
You did a good job. I was very impressed.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's it. Next week, I don't know. We'll figure it out. You'll know. You'll see it, listeners. Don't worry about it. Happy holidays, everyone. And put a coat on. It's cold out there.
Unless you're in, what is it, the Badlands? Death Valley? Death Bad?
Yeah, don't put a coat on. It's too damn hot.
Yeah.
All right, everyone. Thank you. We'll see you here next week in another episode of The Fourtress of.
I am Groot.
I am Groot.
I am Groot.
I am Groot.
I am Groot.